All right, hello there, whoever you might be looking at me talking to a camera. It is officially Thursday, which means it is officially Friday tomorrow, which I do indeed like, because that means that it will soon be the weekend, which is quite lovely. Also, my workday tomorrow is only until 12 because my company where I work, not my company, but the place that I work currently, they have 20 years anniversary. So there's going to be food trucks and ice cream and cake and stuff. Mainly, I am mostly concerned about the fact that I will be done at 12, which is lovely. So that is an update on my life, at least for today and tomorrow. So since last time, it's been summer. I think in my last video I was camping and I was in a forest. Um, that might have been on my other channel. Go check it out. Updrift. Find it in the channel description. I also post somewhat regularly there. I'm trying to be more consistent. I think in like a couple of the previous videos, I said that I would post every day for a month, and that did not happen. I did not fulfill that challenge, and I've been beating myself a bit up about it. Uh, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Maybe it was optimistic. Um, and I also just think I found a lot of the times when I sat down, I also mentioned this in one of the videos, maybe a couple of videos that I posted, that it's quite difficult, honestly, to sit down and do this YouTube thing. Honestly, it's quite difficult, and I wouldn't call myself a YouTuber by any means, but I post stuff on YouTube. So, but it is honestly more difficult than I thought it would be, and my mood really affects my ability to be able to sit down here and talk to the camera. Um, and if I have an off day, if I'm tired, it feels really difficult to sit down and just do it. To like Even though I have a long list of a bunch of topics, like I don't know, it's difficult, and it doesn't feel like the spark is kind of there to do it. But today I'm feeling good, and um, I think also just vacation happened and been out of my routine. I started 2 weeks ago, and now I'm slowly getting back into the routine. Holy shit! Last week was uh, very much the week after summer vacation. I had vacation for 3 weeks, and well, it was rough, to put it mildly. But now I'm back in the routine, and I quite like being back in my routine. I think really, as I've become older, I appreciate my routines a lot. Um, they energize me and keep me motivated and keep me feeling good about getting up and doing stuff and feeling like I am progressing and moving forward. And that feels good. Vacation feels good as well, but I do not progress a lot in vacation. And I guess that is how it should be. Also, a vacation is not meant for progressing. I think I was like debating with myself internally during the vacation of like, oh, I need to like I was thinking that also like before the summer vacation, oh, I need to spend the summer vacation like 3 weeks where this is just a perfect opportunity where I'm just gonna start the whole business and like I can work every day. I'm just gonna like use it as a whole like business work like vacation, and now I have the ability to just full focus, and that did not happen. No, drinking a lot of alcohol, consuming a lot of junk food, uh, consuming a shit ton of nicotine. Um, and it was really nice. Been to festivals, been seeing a lot of friends and family. It's been freaking amazing weather in Denmark, which is unusual. Um, it's like the summer with the most amount of like hours of sunshine ever recorded in history in Denmark. First of all, secondly, the warmest temperature has also been registered in Denmark and in Europe for that matter. I think it was like 37 degrees in Denmark or something like that that was recorded. Amazing summer, amazing weather. 37 degrees, a bit too much for my taste. 25, 30 degrees, perfect. Um, and I think I've just allowed myself honestly to relax, and that was a good thing. Um, I'm really trying to put on the long haul kind of glasses, like not short term. Opposite of that, trying to really like have the long gaze, the long. I don't know what that's called in English. I'm trying to look far ahead. And thinking about this as like a long-term process instead of thinking about like the short-term gains. And I'm trying to create a sustainable process for myself where I can uh, have a solid routine, enjoy my life where I am right now, see the friends and family I want to see, do the things that I want to do, um, and at the same time, slowly progressing day by day, learning new things and taking smaller steps towards launching my business from where I am right now. And as I mentioned in previous videos, I've launched 3 businesses before. One I did with my ex-girlfriend, pancake business. It was a short thing, 3 months. Um, One where I worked, I was independent, self-employed physical therapist in a chiropractic clinic, and a diving business where I did diving, spearfishing for schools, for company trips, for private trips. This was not full time, but this was something that I tried for years to like scale up on the side while still working as a physical therapist, part-time physio, part-time like spearfishing. And I also wanted to combine the spearfishing and like diving as kind of a nature based therapeutic approach. And that's something that has potential and could be very fun to play around with. Just general, very, very much a nature nerd, like being outdoors and all of that kind of stuff. But the more I've learned about business, the more I've learned about earning money, the more I have reflected on what it is that I want from my business, the more it does not make sense to launch and uh, maintain a diving spearfishing company. Uh, there is a market for it, not a very big one. It's very niche, very, very niche. Um, but there is definitely a market for specialized company trip hosting events and team building, and you can charge a solid price for it. But it's also a shit ton of work. It is a shit ton of work. You really, really have to do a lot of stuff. And I think at this point where I am now, I'm just not interested in doing that much stuff. And margins are also just very thin because there's a lot of overheads, and there's a lot of costs uh, um, with each trip, a lot of equipment, a lot of equipment maintenance, and yeah, I do not want to be bothered with it. Even though I do enjoy it, it is a lot of work, and yeah, so I've pivoted, and now it's a year ago that I like completely paused everything to do with the diving business. Got a new job as a physical therapist in a clinic. I also quit that job. I quit that job this year in January, and I got a new job in March this year, 2026. And also just been adjusting to that new job. It is now August, so I've been there for oh, math. Give me a second. March, April, May, June, July, August. 5 months, 6 months, 6 months. I've been there for almost half a year. Jesus. Uh, yeah, I was never good at head counting. Yeah. So my point being that I am adjusting, and I am still in a period of adjusting. Also, in from December 2025 until March 2026, I was on sick leave with burnout, stress, and I am really trying to be mindful and respectful towards myself in this process, and trying to look at the long haul, and staying in it for like the long game. And that also means to find a balance. That also means that I should be able to enjoy my life here and now, and not get sucked into the hustle mentality and like grinding mentality. I do not believe in it. I believe that you have to put in hard work, but I believe that that hard work needs to be balanced out with actually being able to have a life. And that hard work does not have to be com- uh, compromised, compressed. There we go. It does not have to be compressed into like 3, 4, 5 months of like hell, where you're just suffering, or a year of hell. Like, what's the purpose of that? I do not believe in that. Um, so I think the balance that I'm trying to establish right now is working for me, and I am making progress slowly. And I want to show you a bit of that progress also in this video today. I'm practicing to not make these videos too long, but I also rant. So yes, either you vibe with it or you do not. All right. I want to show you my notes, because what I'm trying to do right now is that I am trying to build basically a manual for myself. Because what I've struggled with before is structure. In general, I struggle with structure. I have ADHD. I have a difficult time structuring things, and I have a difficult time following um, structured things. So I'm trying to create a framework for myself that I understand. I'm also reading a lot. I'm listening a lot to audiobooks. Right now, I'm listening for the second time this week to Alex Hormozi's $100 Million Offers. It's a really great book. I really can recommend this book. It's very condensed and very specific, and it's about how to create a good offer. I've also been listening and consuming a lot of content from Daniel Priestley. I really want to read his book, which is called the Key Person of Influence, and how to start and launch a lifestyle business. I think it's called Lifestyle Business Handbook, something like that. But in general, Daniel Priestley has really good advice. Also, highly recommend looking into everything and anything he makes. It's very down to earth, it's very applicable, and easy to follow. He has great frameworks. And I'm following his framework right now, which is called the chaos model, which stands for concept, audience, offer, and sales. And I have completed my concept guide, which is the stage 1. And in this stage, as I'm writing right here, we'll just read aloud. In this stage, you will define and select your product idea and commit to one product slash solution, and only one. This stage is all about prioritizing and committing. You need to first decide on which product idea you're going to commit to, and then prove that there is an actual need for your product. The latter part here is what you're doing in audience in stage 2. I've written all of the text here myself based on everything that I've read and learned. And I'm doing it both as like to try and crystallize and understand all the things that I'm learning, and all the content that I'm consuming. And it's really helping to like make a clear map internally for me to understand the process. Because what, for example, both Alex Hormozi, Daniel Priestley, Ali Abdal, also a person like me, Noah Kagan, um, what they talk about is that it starting a business is a structured process. There are structured a structured process to this that exists and that you can follow and that you can learn. Starting a business is a skill. It's a really broad set of skills, and these skills can be learned. And that process also takes time, but it's also I want to learn it because I also want to do this with confidence. And I think there's a difference in over preparing to like do your business or launch the product, or overthinking the products kind of sort of thing. And then I like it's also been contemplating is if this like, oh, is this just like another way of like rationally like procrastinating. And it might be, it might be, it might be. But I'm telling myself that it's not, because I'm actually learning stuff from it. And um, at least it's this first part of the concept has helped me for the first time actually decide on the business idea that I'm going to go with. So I will show you that now. I will just take you through briefly what is kind of in this first part here of the concept. And by the way, if anyone is interested in this, let me know in the comments, and I will send you a PDF file somehow. Like post it, like comment, and I will link a link to a PDF file that you can download in the bio of the video. Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, let me know. So step one here, defining your founder and business identity. So this is where you want to define who you are, what you stand for, and what your values are. This is really important because this is what is going to determine what kind of product and business you are launching. You want to launch something that you identify with, and you want to launch something that actually aligns with your values, and something that you're genuinely interested in. This is something you're going to be spending a shit ton of time on, and if you start a business with something that you are not passionate about, you will burn out. You will burn out. You need to have a passion. Next one, business idea brainstorming. So this is where, now that you have established your founder identity and you have a clear awareness of what your passion is, you will brainstorm your business ideas. And there's a structured way to brainstorming, and it's kind of a funnel that goes in and lands you on the final idea. And this is the next stage. After you've broadly started, you want to narrow down the process like it's in a funnel. And this is what we call founder opportunity fit. And this is the opportunity, your business opportunity that fits with your founder identity, which is why we spend time in the beginning of defining your founder identity. And this is what I was talking about with picking something that you are actually passionate about. Let me just check here. Stuff is still going. That is good. Away from infinite Alex's and back to notes. There we go. Then before moving on, and before you start building anything at all, actually, like you will first start building anything when we get to stage 3, the offer. So this process here, the first 2 stages, doesn't have anything to do with building the product. That's first later. Everything is about making this, like how you say, sorry, educated choices and verifying, validating. So the next step here is pre-market test. I call it the reality check. And this is where you do a competitor analysis. You want to see if anyone else is doing what you're doing. And that is actually a good thing if someone else is doing what you're doing. It's not a good sign if no one is doing what you're doing, because that is kind of an indication that no one is interested in it. You might think that's an indication that, oh my God, then I'm going to be the sole person doing this. But trust me, you are not the only one who thought about the business idea that you have. And most likely someone tried it out, figured out that it didn't work, and probably hundreds of other people also, which is why there is no product of the thing that you're trying to launch. In rare cases, it might be that it's just so original. But still, though, it's kind of a bad indicator if there is nothing like the thing that you're doing. We actually want to confirm that we have competitors, because that means that there's already an established market. Then we're going to do the 1-minute business model. The 1-minute business model is where you do a quick market analysis. This is by using Google Trends to see if any people are searching for the thing that you're trying to make. You can also do a quick rough estimation of market value, and it's primarily those two that you're using. And then we do the proof of need, where we just call people we know and ask them if this is something they could be interested in. All right. Once we've completed the pre-market test, we go to business idea refinement, which is where you will create your value proposition, your value statement. I'm just gonna scroll down. So that's like the whole process of the first stage here, the concept. And as you can see, I've tried to make it like very workbook-like, so it's very approachable and neat boxes. I like boxes. And here you're going through and writing things down about your strengths, your weaknesses, your core identity, which is your values, passion, what you think is fun, what brings you freedom. And then you want also to create your OVM or OMV, and this is from Daniel Priestley. This is called your origin, vision, and mission. Your origin story is who you are. This is the same as the origin story for Batman. This is how Daniel Priestley portrays it, and I think it's a great analogy for it. This is where you want to find something in your past. Daniel Priestley says, ideally, a memory, core memory that's important to you from around the age of 10 to 15, which is a memory where you, an experience where you, for the first time, felt like a really strong sense of authority, independence, and like personal fulfillment. You felt strength in this moment. And I've written down a couple of examples here. I've written down, for example, when my teacher told me to help my friend who was very sad because I'm good at helping people who struggles. This is a thing that I remember very clearly. And there's also another one where I went into the schoolyard to help my friend because 2 dudes were bullying him, pushing him around. He was alone and everyone was watching from the windows, but nobody helped. And I was very proud that I like ran in and stopped the fight. And in general, like the things I've written down is a lot about helping other people, and that makes me feel really good. And that also very much aligns with what I'm doing currently as a physical therapist, and it also aligns with the product that I'm trying to build. Oh, I haven't even mentioned the product that I'm trying to build. It's an online stress management program that I want to try and launch. Yeah. I feel uncomfortable talking about it. Still need to kind of get past that. Then some brainstorming about your knowledge, skills. This is still kind of your founder identity that we're trying to define here. There's some different kind of skills. We call it pain knowledge, we call it professional knowledge, and we call it passion and personal knowledge. And there is schema here, more boxes to fill it out, different skills and achievements that you've, successes that you've had in the past. And this is a really good way of identifying what you're good at, what people tell you that you're good at, and what you enjoy doing. And because ideally you want to pick something to start your business around that you're ideally already good at. It makes sense to do things that you already know how to do. Usually the things that we're good at is also the things that we're passionate about. So this is kind of the next step in the process. And you can see I've written down a bunch of different things here that I at least think I have the skills for and I'm pretty good at, or other people tell me that I'm good at. Uh, Brainstorming. I didn't do a lot of like initial brainstorming in this round because I've done that a lot before, but this is kind of just an initial brainstorming where you're gonna write down like everything that comes to mind, and then we're narrowing it down and trying to write more specifically your idea. And a business idea is what we call the PPS. And PPS stands for person, problem, and solution. A business idea, usually people think that that is just like, oh, I want to start a stress management business. Oh, I want to start a window cleaning business. Oh, I want to, sorry, I want to start a business where I fix cars. Like people always go directly to the idea, kind of the function of what they're going to do. Um, but what's missing here, that's what we call the solution. It's like the solution is a stress management program. The solution is I fix your car. But what people kind of forget is that it's like great that you have a solution, but you need to think about first who is the person that you're going to help. A business is ideally you helping someone in exchange for money. So first, when you think about it, you want to think about who are you helping? What problem do they have? And what solution can you provide based on the skills that you have, which you completed in the step above, to help them solve this problem? You want to find a specific person with a specific problem, and you want to provide a specific solution that solves that person's problem. That is a business idea. That is the core of a business. A business is a machine in which someone puts their money inside and you provide a solution to fix the problem in exchange for that money. That is a business. And you might have a solution, a skill, or the thing that you want to do, your business idea, but if nobody wants it, there's no people who are interested in it, and if your solution does not actually fix a real problem for a real person, your business idea does not matter. So here is a schema of a bunch of different PPSs that I've written down. And over here, the most important part is to figure out, do you like it? Do you think you can help someone with it? And is it actually something that can pay a decent amount of money for me to live off? You want to get paid for what you do. Next here, rating your business idea and trying to narrow down. Then we come to the kind of reality check of everything here. Next, you're creating your customer avatar where you are trying to think about, okay, this person who I want to help, what do they look like? What do they do? Where do they work? How old are they? Where are they from? You want to really think about who the person whose problem you will help solve, who they are. So you create these customer avatars. And the next and last step here is the value proposition. And this is something that I have stolen directly from, or taken with inspiration, from Alex Hormozi. And this is what he calls the value equation. I've edited a bit, so I guess I just adapted it to my own needs. But here you want to state the person, the problem that they have, the value that you are providing for them, that is what the customer wants. And you want also to state easiness, which is what what the customer doesn't want. And you want to write down your special solution that will help them get there. So you are writing, I help this person get to what the customer wants without what the customer doesn't want to do, grammar, by your special solution, by providing your special solution. Yeah. And I've made a little final decision signing here, so you really can narrow down that you have officially signed this document now, and you are sticking with this now. Because my problem has been up until now that I am switching around all the time from idea to idea and not being able to settle on anything. And I'm actually very proud that now I've settled on this. This is what I'm going with for now. I mean, for now, it means that if it doesn't work, I will have to do something else. But it feels good that I finally made a decision. It took a long time to get there. Next, audience. The purpose of stage 2 is to test your business idea and verify or disprove your business idea using the PPS hypothesis. This is the person, problem, solution. You need to find out as quickly as possible if your target audience, the person, actually exists in real life, where they are, if they have the problem you believe they have, and if they're interested in your solution. So basically, this step here is all about figuring out and testing as quickly as possible if your hypothesis or theory or assumptions about your customers and their problems and the solution that you are proposing to fix their problems with actually has any, uh, if it works. I'm thinking of a Danish way to say this right now, sorry. You need to figure out if this works, and the only way to do that is to talk to the customers. You need to find out where they are, you need to talk to them, and you need to present your solution to them. And this is what we call an MVP, minimal viable product. And this is like a very quick and dirty version of the product. You do not actually create the product or service or solution at all yet. You don't want to waste any time on it, because first you want to just figure out if anyone is interested in the thing that you have. And if not, then great, you can throw it in the trash and try again with something else. And if you can validate that there's actually a need for your solution product in the market by asking real human beings if they would like to buy your stuff, then great. Then it makes sense to move on and trying to figure out how to build the best version of that product. So this is still in a work in progress. I'm trying to make the second stage here as a framework for myself to work by, and while making this framework for myself, hopefully I will be able also to verify my idea. I'm planning to launch a webinar, and I'm planning to ask a bunch of questions and provide some stress management tips and tricks, quick and dirty, and see if anyone is interested in it. All right, this video is way too long already. It's past half an hour, and that was not the plan as per usual, but I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you would like to hear more about this like framework, if you'd like me to go more in depth with it and like go through it, go through all the concepts of it and talk more about it, let me know. I would love to do more videos about it and show you everything. And as I said, leave a comment and I will definitely provide a link for the PDF file of it. I'm not going to post it yet because that requires me to go in and like make a clean version of this, and if nobody like texts us anything, then I guess I'm not going to do that. So like if you want it, please let me know. Being lazy over here. All right. If you made it this far, like good job. That's amazing. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I really appreciate that. Your attention is the most valuable thing that you have, and you choose to spend it with me for an absurdly long amount of time and many rants. So kudos to you and thank you very much. If you do enjoy the content here, I'm trying to build an audience here, as you can see by my process. And I would very much appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and leave a comment about what you think about the video. That really, really motivates me. Thank you so much. and I will see you soon.